The call to action. Every great story begins with a decision. There's a voice inside you that's been whispering for years, a quiet echo beneath the noise, beneath the doubt, beneath the fear. It's been telling you that this life you're living isn't the whole story. You feel it, don't you? That burning question that keeps you awake some nights. Is this it? Is this really all I was meant for? That feeling isn't confusion, it's your calling. And this right here, right now, is your call to action. It's the moment where your life starts becoming your own. Because the truth is, no one else is going to write your story for you. You either take the pen, or stay stuck reading someone else's script. Most people never answer that call. They silence it with distractions, with comfort, with routine. They settle. They choose the illusion of safety over the risk of greatness. They wait for the right time, the right feeling, the right opportunity, but the right moment never comes. Why? Because life doesn't wait. Purpose doesn't wait. And neither should you. The clock is ticking, whether you're listening or not. As Matthew McConaughey says, life's not fair. It never was, it isn't now, and it never will be. Do not fall into the entitlement trap of feeling like you're a victim. The world doesn't owe you a stage, but if you want to earn one, you better show up and fight for it. You've got to stop waiting for someone to push you. The real ones, the people who become legends, they don't wait for perfect timing. They act while they're scared. They leap before they're ready. They don't need a green light to start moving, they become the green light. The hero you've been looking for is you. It always has been. But you can't step into that role until you take full responsibility for your life. Every mistake, every failure, every time you gave up on yourself, own it. Not with shame, but with power. Because ownership is the beginning of transformation. People will doubt you. Life will hit you. You will fall. But the difference between the person who makes it and the one who quits, it's not talent, it's not luck. It's the ability to stand up again and again, even when your legs are shaking. McConaughey calls it chasing your rear view, becoming someone today that your future self will be proud of. That version of you, the disciplined, strong, clear, focused, relentless version of you, it already exists. But you have to build it day by day, thought by thought, choice by choice. The hero of your story isn't the one who had it easy. It's the one who kept walking when no one believed in them, who faced the mirror and decided, I will not stay small. I will not be average. I will not die with my potential still inside me. And no, you won't have all the answers. You're not supposed to. Growth comes with uncertainty. Purpose comes with pain. But hiding from that pain doesn't save you. It steals your story. So face it. Step through it. That's where your real power begins. So here's the truth, raw and unfiltered. If you want change, stop waiting. If you want purpose, stop drifting. If you want to live a life that matters, a life that means something, then choose it. Today, now, not tomorrow, not when things feel easier, not when life gives you permission, now, because someday isn't promised and regret. That's the cruelest villain in any story. This is your call to action, not just to dream, but to do. Not just to exist, but to lead. Not just to hope, but to build. Pick up the pen, rewrite your story. Become the hero you were born to be. And when the world asks, who are you? Let your life thunder back. I am the author of my own legend. Know your North Star. If you don't know who you are, you'll follow anyone who acts like they do. Once you've answered the call, once you've dared to pick up the pen and begin writing your own story, the next question is this: where are you going? Because every hero needs a direction, a mission, a reason, a guiding fire that pulls them forward when everything around them screams to quit. That's your North Star, and without it, even your greatest strength will scatter in 100 directions. You can hustle hard, grind daily, wake up early, and chase success, but if you don't know what matters to you at your core, you're not living, you're just running in circles. The world is full of people with goals but no purpose, achievers who feel empty, hustlers who feel lost. Don't be one of them. Matthew McConaughey says, we all need something to look up to, something to look forward to, and something to chase. That's your North Star. It's not a job title. It's not a salary. It's not likes or followers. It's deeper than that. It's the legacy you want to leave behind. It's the truth you know in your bones when no one's watching. It's the quiet fire that refuses to burn out even when you're tired, even when you fail. That North Star might be faith. It might be your family. It might be the commitment to never settle for less than what you're capable of. But whatever it is, you need to define it, or the world will define it for you. Don't think about it. Every time you've felt lost or stuck or anxious, it wasn't just because of external stress. It was because, somewhere inside, you didn't know what you were aiming for. Without a clear direction, every obstacle feels like a dead end. Every distraction feels like a possibility. You start chasing applause instead of meaning. You say yes to things that drain your soul. And one day you wake up realizing you've climbed the wrong mountain. You've been so busy trying to be successful that you forgot to be fulfilled. The most powerful people in the world, the real leaders, the ones who radiate calm and confidence, they don't move faster than you. They just move with intention. They've already decided who they are and what they stand for. That's why life bends around them instead of breaking them. McConaughey calls it knowing what you value so you can live by it. It's not a slogan. It's a way of being. When your values are clear, decisions get easier. Distractions fall away. And suddenly, your life starts to align, not because it got easier, but because you finally stopped betraying yourself. So ask yourself, what do I believe in really? What do I want my life to say when it's all said and done? Who do I want to be when no one's watching, when it's hard, when it costs me something? That's your compass, and it's already inside you, buried beneath the noise, the fear, the expectations of others. But the more you listen to it, the clearer it becomes. And once you see your North Star, you never unsee it, because here's the truth. Life will try to pull you in 1,000 directions. People will project their fears onto you. The culture will sell you quick dopamine hits dressed up as dreams. But you must be rooted. You must be so aligned with your vision, your values, your voice, that no storm can shake you. That's how heroes navigate the chaos. They don't need to control the world. They just stay true to their compass. So, don't chase trends. Don't chase comfort. Don't chase approval. Chase clarity. Chase alignment. Chase the version of you that wakes up every morning knowing exactly why they're here. That's how you become unstoppable. That's how you become the hero of your own life, not just someone who started the journey, but someone who knew exactly where they were going. Face the mirror asterisk. There's a moment that comes to everyone on the journey to becoming the hero of their own life, a moment more difficult, more raw, and more transformative than any external battle. It's the moment you're forced to stop chasing, stop running, stop blaming, and look straight into the mirror. Not a glance, not a passing thought, a long, silent stare, one that cuts through ego, noise, excuses, and masks. That mirror, it doesn't lie, and what it reflects is you. This is the part of the story no one tells you about. The part that isn't glamorous. The part you don't post on Instagram. Because facing the mirror is not about changing how others see you. It's about finally seeing yourself, clearly, painfully, truthfully, maybe for the first time. You see, you can go years building an image, curating a version of yourself that people admire, successful, strong, put together, ambitious. But if that outer image isn't aligned with your inner reality, you'll feel it. A silent ache, a low hum of restlessness, a question you can't shake. Why do I feel empty, even when everything looks right? And the answer is simple, because you've been trying to win the world while losing yourself. Matthew McConaughey once said, "We're all writing our own book. Every day we get a new page. And if you don't like what your book says right now, then start rewriting it. But you can't rewrite a story until you admit where the old one went wrong. You can't transform until you confront." That's what this chapter is about. Not motivation, not hype, but truth. Deep, uncomfortable, liberating truth. Asterisk. Most of us spend our lives trying to control the things outside of us. Outcomes, people, timelines, opinions. We get obsessed with managing the uncontrollable, hoping that if we can fix them, we won't have to deal with us. But here's the hard truth. No amount of external control can fix what's broken inside. You can't out-Eve your shame. You can't outwork your unworthiness. You can't distract your way to peace. Because the battle isn't out there. It never was. It's in the mirror. And here's what makes it even harder. The mirror doesn't care about your reputation. It doesn't care about how many likes you get, how impressive your resume is, or how loud your voice is in a room. The mirror only sees the real you, the unedited, unfiltered, unmasked version of the person you've become. The one who still holds childhood pain, the one who's been carrying trauma in silence, the one who avoids eye contact with their own soul. And until you face that version, nothing will change. You can start another business, launch another project, get into another relationship, move to another city, but until you stop and deal with the internal noise, the insecurities, the guilt, the resentment, the fear, all those new beginnings will just become different versions of the same old story, different costumes, same emptiness. Asterisk. The most dangerous lies are the ones we tell ourselves. I'm fine, it's not that bad, I don't care, this is just who I am. But deep down, you know those are just walls, mental furniture you've arranged to feel safe. The truth is, you do care. You've just been hurt too many times to admit it. You do want more. You've just learned how to settle because it's easier than risking rejection. But here's the thing, that pain you've buried, it's not going anywhere. It shows up in how you treat others. It shows up in how you talk to yourself. It shows up in your patterns, your procrastination, your overthinking, your self-sabotage. Pain that isn't processed becomes pain that controls you. And until you acknowledge it, it owns you. Facing the mirror means sitting with those uncomfortable truths. It means asking hard questions. Why do I keep repeating this cycle? Why do I push away people who love me? Why do I always need to prove my worth? And it means being honest, brutally, unflinchingly honest about your part in the story. Not to blame yourself, but to free yourself. You are not your mistakes, but you are responsible for what you do next. And the mirror is where you decide whether you're going to keep hiding behind your history or rewrite it. We live in a culture that glorifies blame. It's always someone else's fault. The system, the boss, the ex, the parents, the trauma. And while all those things may have played a part, none of them get to own your story unless you let them. Because at the end of the day, you are the one holding the pen. And the moment you start pointing it outward instead of inward, you've already given away your power. McConaughey once said, "We all have the choice, every single day, to take the high road, to be more, not less. To accept that while life isn't always fair, our response to it is 100% in our control." That's accountability, not punishment, not shame, but the radical realization that no one is coming to save you, because you are already enough to save yourself. Owning your life is scary. It means you can't blame luck anymore. It means you have to admit that some of your wounds are self-inflicted. But it also means this: you get to change, you get to evolve, you get to rise. So look in the mirror, and not just at what's wrong. Look for what's right. Look for the strength it took to survive, the fire that's still burning under the ashes, the version of you that never gave up. That person deserves grace, and they deserve direction. But they don't get either until you stop pretending they don't exist. Live a life worth remembering. There comes a time after the battles have been fought, the truths faced, and the old self confronted, when you arrive at the edge of something unfamiliar. It's not quite freedom, it's not quite certainty, it's something deeper, something ancient, something sacred. It's the feeling of standing in your own power, unmasked, unafraid, and unchained. This is the final chapter, not the end, but the awakening. The moment where all the pain, all the mirrors, all the unanswered questions finally make sense. You see clearly now, this life, the one filled with flaws, fears, regrets, dreams, failures, and triumphs, this is your masterpiece. And you're not here to merely pass through it. You're here to etch your presence into it. Because the truth is, we don't get to decide how long we live, but we do get to decide how deeply we live. And the question that echoes louder than all others is this: will your life be remembered, or will it be forgotten? Part 1. The fear of being forgotten. This fear isn't about fame. It's not about going viral or becoming a household name. The real fear we all carry deep down is that we'll go through life untouched, and untouched by it. That we'll play it so safe, so small, so quiet, that when we're gone, the world won't notice. That's why people chase recognition, why we crave applause. But those things fade. They're sugar for the soul, sweet for a second, but gone in a moment. What lasts is impact. Did your presence make someone else braver, kinder, stronger, more alive? Matthew McConaughey put it this way: the question we all face is, what's your legacy? What do you want people to say about you when you're gone? But legacy isn't about death. It's about how you live today. Are you showing up with heart, with truth, with courage? Are you living a life you'd want your children to model? Are you building something you're proud to leave behind? Because if not, what are you doing? We chase so many things: status, validation, perfection. We spend years trying to be impressive. But when the noise fades, when the spotlight dims, when the people are gone, we're left with ourselves, our real selves. And what matters then is what always mattered. Did you love well? Did you live fully? Did you give more than you took? Did you rise after you fell? Did you tell the truth? Did you chase something bigger than yourself? If you strip everything else away, that's it. That's the life worth remembering. A life not built on what you got, but what you gave. Not on how safe you played it, but how deeply you dared to live. And here's the irony: when you stop living to impress others, you become unforgettable. Because authenticity, raw, unapologetic authenticity, is rare. And when someone walks in it, you feel it. They don't just exist, they radiate. Asterisk, you weren't born to blend in. You weren't born to follow every rule, meet every expectation, or tiptoe through life avoiding failure. You were born to set something on fire inside yourself and in the world around you. That fire isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. It burns steadily, silently in the decisions you make when no one's watching, in the way you show up when you could have walked away, in the way you speak love into broken places, in the way you choose integrity when compromise would be easier. That's the fire Matthew McConaughey talks about, the fire of consistency, commitment, character, a life lived on your own terms, not in rebellion, but in truth. You can't fake that. You can't manufacture it. You build it over time, with grit, with honesty, with pain, with faith. You build it when you keep going even when you don't feel like it, when you pick up the pieces and try again, when you choose purpose over comfort. That's the fire. And once it's lit, nothing can put it out. Asterisk, there will always be two roads in front of you, the easy one and the right one. One is wide and crowded, the other is narrow and lonely. One leads to comfort, the other leads to calling. And make no mistake, the road to a meaningful life will cost you. You'll lose people, you'll be misunderstood, you'll be tempted to quit. But the reward is this: your soul will breathe. You'll go to bed with peace. You'll wake up with purpose. You'll look in the mirror and recognize the person looking back. Matthew says, don't half-ass it. Life is too short to do something halfway, so don't. Don't halfway love. Don't halfway try. Don't halfway live. Burn the bridges to mediocrity. Walk fully into the life you know you were born to live, even if it's hard. Especially if it's hard. Because anything easy isn't worth remembering. Asterisk, when all is said and done, when the journey ends and the credits roll, what will remain is not the money, the cars, the applause, or the trophies. What remains is who you became. Were you bitter or better? Were you broken or built? Did you use your pain to hurt or to heal? Did you shrink back or rise up? This is the story you're writing word by word, day by day, choice by choice. The small things are the big things. And if you want to be remembered, don't wait to do something grand. Start living grand in how you speak, how you give, how you love, how you lead. Become the kind of person who, when your name is spoken, people smile. Not because you were famous, but because you were real. Asterisk. Final reflection. The life you still have time to build if you're still here, if you're breathing, listening, reading, watching, then this story isn't over. You still have time, and time is the most precious gift life ever gives you, so don't waste it. Don't waste it scrolling for validation. Don't waste it chasing what you don't believe in. Don't waste it playing a role that makes everyone else comfortable, but kills your soul. Spend it. Spend it on what matters, on the people who make you better, on the work that makes you proud, on the values that make you strong, on the faith that makes you whole. You were not created to fade. You were not created to survive. You were created to live deeply, fully, loudly, with purpose, with fire, with truth. Live a life worth remembering.